Hey everyone, welcome back. In today's episode, we will deep dive into one of the most fundamental concepts in JavaScript, that is scope. So what is scope? So scope determines where variables are accessible in your code. It's like a boundary or an environment where variables live. Think of it like a bubble inside your program. So here, name lives in global scope, accessible anywhere, but this message lives in inside functions bubble. So if you run this one, you can see line number 5, which is this one. For the message, here we can access both hello and John, but outside of the function, the line number 8, there was one reference error because this message can't be accessed outside of this function's bubble. That's the reason this name can be accessible from outside or here inside. If you try to access from outside in global also, you can easily access if you run this one. Now we will move to function scope. So what is actually function scope? So function scope create each time a function is invoked. When we invoke this function, each time it will create variable declare with var or function scope. So var basically ignore block boundaries. It's only respect through the function. If you try to access from this one, you will not able to access because the x is within that functions only. So this is now a function scope. We can't access outside of that function. So as we already discussed, this is basically function scope. So if you try to access from here within that function, you can. Let's run. Yeah, you can. Now what we will do is we will learn block scope. So blocks means this is a block. Within this, whatever we will write, that will be considered as block. If you try to run this one, yeah, there is no difference. Like we can easily access. But here after ES6, there are other two variable is declared. One is late and const. Here if you add late instead of var, you will see the magic. Yeah, uncaught error reference x is not defined. So these blocks, these curly parentheses, within here whatever will be called, it can't be accessed outside. If it is late and const, if it is in var, so we can, because var is in function scope, but late and const is in block scope. So if you try to call this one within the block, you can easily access. If you see now, easily you can access. That is why the same thing will be const. If you try to run with const, you can, but if it is from outside, you can't. If it is var, it will work same as function scope, not as in block scope. I hope you understood. This is very important question. There are so many interviewers used to put here late and they used to ask what will be the output, because so you will confuse, because this is in block. So you think like, yeah, how the var is working, you might have the access, but it's not like that. We'll move to the next part, that is lexical scope. So the scope chain is determined where the function is written, not where the function is called. Here inner function, this inner function have access to the outer function, and this is lexical scoping, and it is foundation of closure. If you try to run this one, you can easily, I am outer, but although this is basically calling inside inner, first it will try to find within that scope. If it is not able to find, it will go to the outer parent lexical scope. If even it is not there with the outer parent lexical scope, it will try to find with the parent lexical scope, which is the global scope. The both will be output the same. So now our outer variable is in the global scope, but still we have access from the inner scope. And this is the example of the scope chain. So what is actually how the scope chain is working? So when JS can't find a variable its current scope, it climb off through the chain until it reaches to the global scope. If it is not found, they will throw an reference error. If you run this one, so you'll see 6 was printed because A, B and C. But although if tomorrow something happened, we don't have this B variable. If we will comment this one B variable. So first they will try to find within the second scope here. If it is not there, it will go to the first scope. If it is not there, it will go to the global scope. Although in global scope also we don't have. That's why we are getting the reference error. This is how the scope chain works. Thank you so much for watching this video. If this video helped you, please hit the like button and subscribe to us. We'll see you in the next episode.